Alright, welcome back, guys. Now what we're going to do now, we're going to do some running plays. We're going to start off, we'll probably do maybe about 10 or so inside handoff plays, then 10. We'll try to do 10 of each. So we're going to do inside handoff, random of course, and we'll just stick with the normal 4-2-5. And you know, just for the record, so everybody knows, these are not plays that I'm trying to get, like, I'm not doing these videos so that you can see me making a successful play each time. It's just to try to improve in practice mode on how to read defense coverage, running lanes and such like that. Alright, so the first thing you want to do with the running game is when you're running the ball, again, let speed burst be your last option until you're in the open field. When you're running in the interior between the guard and the center, you want to, once you hit it inside that hole, unless you have a wide open hole, normally you always want to hold down the right bumper to cover the ball, to minimize the likelihood of a fumble. Nothing's more frustrating than when you're making a good drive and you get that rare fumble, and it makes you feel like the CPU just cheated to give the ball back over to the opposition. So make sure you're always holding the right bumper to cover the ball up when you're going through the hole. It'll help limit your fumbles. Follow your blockers, of course. This game, like no other, it makes very good use when you follow your blockers. So much opens up for you. So we're going, looks like we're going in between the center and the guard. Got clogged up a little bit. All right, so let's look at what happened right there. What I did on that play is when the play started, I was going to follow my fullback, but what I noticed, I had a guy coming from the outside. My fullback decided to go back and pick this guy up coming around the edge rather than get into the second level and getting that linebacker. So I had to go ahead and try to absorb that hit, because basically my fullback was useless on that play. But what I did was, and this is what I was telling you guys earlier in the passing videos about using the special moves once you get engaged with a tackle. I did a juke move, and once I did that juke move, see my running back got out of that tackle. He had enough power to juke his way out of the tackle. But you got to be careful when you're doing special moves in this type of environment right here, because there's too much going on. Too many collisions can happen, which will really cause you to fumble. Especially doing special moves while you're being trying to be tackled, it will increase your likelihood to fumble. So that was really dangerous to do that, but it did give me some yards. Again, it goes back to knowing your player. He's my impact player, so I feel I have a little more freedom with him to do certain things that I wouldn't normally do. Alright, so let's see what the next play is. All of them up in the middle, of course. Alright. Again, I used a special move on that as well. So, as the play developed, I'm watching for my hole. And by the way, I'm playing on game speed. I'm playing on it slow. I feel that gives the best representation of real football speed. It also helps to read the holes in the defense a little bit better. It's not really slow, but it's much slower than last year's game. So got a nice little hole right there, and then I took the hit, and as I took the hit, I was trying to spin out of it, and at that point I knew I was going to get tackled, but for some reason, again, he's my impact player, he was able to get out of it. That's a weird looking animation, how they just hold the ball out there like, you know, like it's a loaf of bread or something. I mean, you gotta do a little bit better job in protecting that ball. Alright, so let's go with the interior again. Again, no speed burst until I hit the sack. Now I'm speed bursting now. There we go. So, not using the speed burst, wait until you get that hole and you get that open space. Good job by nice job by my fullback this time, redeeming himself. And then number 67, left the block since number 74 had that guy. So I had pretty much, and once he picked that, I guess that may have been a cornerback right there or safety. And once I got to that point, I then just poured the speed on, and my momentum helped me gain a few extra yards because that cornerback couldn't bring me down as easily. So I grabbed about 5-6 more yards after that. So let's see what the next play is. It's not an inside play. Looks like that's a sweep. Oh. All right. So yeah, sometimes you'll get these little crazy plays where it's like you don't know how a player can break out of that many tackles. I mean, again, he is my impact player, so of course he's going to have abilities at certain times throughout the game to pull something special off. But at this point, I just kind of assumed I was going to be tackled. But I was able to break loose. And that's that. So now let's go to outside handoff, random. Now we'll stick with the 4-2-5 again. So let's see. We may get some more things to open up on this one. All right. So spin move I found is very effective in this game. It fakes out a lot of defenders, sometimes more than they should. But his momentum, again, boom. See, I planted my foot. That momentum that the defense had trying to come and tackle me worked against them. I did that. I spun in, and it was, awesome. But of course, my momentum after I spun in, it kind of made me go more towards the inside when I should have tried to cut back to the outside. All right. Now the defense, I have no extra blockers on the side where this play is designed to go to. So in this instance, I'm going to use my left thumbstick and push it over to the left to change my running back's path. So he's going to run this way. I have more blockers there. It should work out a lot better for me. Not as good as I like, but it still worked out. All right, so we have a blitz coming in. I'm going to do this again. There you go. And don't be afraid to kind of run next to where somebody's being blocked if you can, because if you can get past them, you may be able to get more yards that way. A lot of times people, when they're running the ball, they want to stay far away from where they see blocks engaged. But sometimes if you can just kind of stay close, because that'll be your best opportunity to gain quick yards. If you can stay close and get past it, you'll gain more yards than trying to cut to the outside in some cases. So that was pretty good right there. We'll do 2 more of these plays to the outside. So we have a shotgun play. These can always be, there we go. There we go. Shotgun run plays, for me at least, have not been fun in the past, because there always seemed to be, the defense would always read it so quickly that you couldn't even hardly get out of the backfield. But in this game, it works out a lot better. So you see where your blocks are going. Again, I'm not speed bursting at all right here. And since I have better speed than that defensive end, there was no way he could have caught me while my momentum is already going that way. So at this point, I'm speed bursting to try to cut to the edge. And I switched hands right there. I really shouldn't have switched hands, because I put the ball in jeopardy right there. But I got pretty good yards on that play. And this will be the last one that we'll do. They like me running to that side for some reason, so let me just go ahead and try it. Alright. So there we go. The next set of video, the next video is going to be just a combination of all of these. So we're just going to run out of a particular play formation and just see what happens.